Hi and welcome to Dynamic DCUO, Wind here, and today we've got all the rage and we're going to be looking at a standard rage loadout. No pets, no big trinkets or anything. As you can see, I'm level 274, so definitely not high level, at least at this point. Now we're going to take a look at my artifacts and augments first. As you can see, none of them are at level 80 and my adaptive augments are all very low. My origin augments are a little higher, but still nothing really big. Now, as you can see here, I'm running max damage on my hands. On my feet, I'm running Deadly Block, both for damage purposes. Now, the Replenishing Adapter and the Energized Dreadful Blast are both to give me power back, but the Escalating Might on the neck, that's again for damage. And then on the back and chest and legs, I'm running more stuff to help bring my shield up quick, give me power back, except the core damage on my chest, which, does extra damage. As you can see, I've only got 167 skill points. So this is by no means an overpowered loadout or an overpowered run. And we're going to go ahead and go through the new Wonderverse solo. Now I will cut out some of the fights along the way to the bosses after I show the powers off in the beginning. As you can see here, I run Galling Eruption to give me plasma burn, and it covers a big area. The Outrage is great because you can not only double hit with it, that does good damage, but you can dive in using it. Lacerate, that's just great for hitting groups around you. The Dreadful Blast is really good, especially with the combo, because it takes things off their feet, plus it hits pretty hard. And of course, attack mods work great with it. Now, Severe Punishment, as well as the shield, both help deal additional damage, so they're also nice to have. Now, I will show, using the different powers as I'm running through here on the guys in the beginning of this solo, and into the first boss, and then I will skip the second set of guys and just jump straight to the second boss. So, I'm going to be obviously doing the event version of the solo, so let's go ahead and get into this. The one thing to note real quick is that you will see me alternating between the Galling Eruption and using the shield and Severe Punishment. Of course, I will run them all together when needed, but it is nice that you can jump between them. And see, starting off here, that Galling Eruption really hits a lot of area, and of course it gets your power interaction going, which is definitely important the more opponents you have or against bigger bosses. As you can see there, diving in with the Outrage is just great because you can cover a lot of distance really quick and then still jump into Lacerate or whatever else you want to go into. And of course you can play with the loadout as much as you want. This is just my preferred standard loadout if I'm not running pets or high augments or anything, artifacts, stuff like that. And of course shielding up and using Severe Punishment also does nice damage, and if you get it with the Galling Eruption, then you're just really going to be doing a lot of damage quickly. But again, it's all about the powers you like to play with. There's always OP loadouts that are, really going to hit hard that don't really use a lot of the powers in most cases. You can see some of our other loadouts for that. However, with this game, it has some really great looking powers, so it is fun to actually use as many of the powers as possible, especially on the way up when you're not trying to be OP. But this does work in raids. This works, in any part of the game, so it's a great basic standard loadout. And the shield is not actually necessary, but it can make things go a lot faster and keep you from having to use stuff like your baubles, or your supply drop. Soda colas, they take a little bit. They take a little bit to come back. So anytime you don't have to use that stuff is great. And as you can see here in the event version, I'm having no problem with anything. I'm just kind of coasting through it. Now, for the non-event version, I do have a higher level rage character, but unfortunately that character is using pets and augments are high on her. Her artifacts are high, so not really a base loadout that anyone can run. Especially with what it takes to get augments and artifacts leveled up. A lot of players really don't ever see the true benefit of those. So this is a great standard loadout for the people who don't do that. Of course, I am still running tactical mods, and I do have my backup and my orbital strike going, and those are things you really do want to have no matter what level you are. You want to get those going as quick as possible. So let's go ahead and go against Grail here. And as you can see, I'm starting off pretty much right off with my backup, going in with the Galling Eruption as well as using Severe Punishment and the shield. And remember, this shield does actually do some damage. So that's a really nice thing about certain shields. Electricity has the same thing with an ice where they do damage back. So any extra damage is always a good thing. As you look at your tactical mods, you may want to switch out from what I'm using. Some of them give you more power back if you're having real power issues. Some of them can even give back some health. But I'm, for the most part, got a little bit of power coming back from those tac mods and then doing extra damage. And as you can see, this is not taking long. And Rage is a really fun power to play. It's got great visuals. Some power sets do have better visuals than others, but that is one of the things that's great about this game. It's very visually pleasing as you play it. Whether you're talking about the customization of the character, the layers, or the power sets themselves, how they look. You know, they have great animations on a lot of these. Water and Hardlight are both really great animations as well. But this is the Rage loadout I'm using for a standard loadout. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do like this kind of content, please click like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to stay notified. Leave us some comments and some suggestions. We'd really love to hear from you. And until next time, I hope you're staying safe. I hope you have a great day, whatever you're getting into, and happy gaming.